Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Misha, and in this video I will show you how to create pages and posts on your WordPress website and how to organize them with tags and categories. Let's get started! I have clean installed WordPress website and I have just uncategorized Hello World post and one simple page called sample page. So we have here just text and some quotes. Let's find out how to create our pages and posts. Let's go to admin dashboard and we have on the left posts menu and pages menu. They're pretty similar but have some differences. Let's start with the posts. In this page we see whole list of posts. Now it's just hello world and I want to trash it. Now it's in the trash and I can empty my trash. And every time I want to add a new post, I could use this button up here, add new, or this link on the left, add new. It's the same. And now we work with the Gutenberg editor. It was released a couple years ago. And here we have title section and a section for different blocks. Let's start with the title section. For example, my first cool post. And here I can just type some text, but with this plus button, I could add some different kinds of blocks. It could be images, galleries, headings, list, and many more. I have browse all button. And it's the same as well as this button top left corner. So I have many blocks here for different purposes. I could embed some media posts. It could be YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and so on. I could use widgets here. I could add some buttons, columns, and many more. And in this pop-up block, I will see those blocks which I already used before, most popular for me. So let's start with the simple text. And every time I want to add something new, I could just click plus button and choose something. Let's add an image. So I just need to upload a new image or use my library or insert it from the URL. Let's start with upload and choose some image from our computer. Okay, it was added. I could replace it if I want another picture. I could add a link here, so it could be like a banner, and I can change alignment if I want my image in the center, and of course I could change its size. Also, I can add a caption here or switch this image to another position with these buttons, and of course I can choose between just image, gallery, cover, and so much more, and choose between some different styles here. Go next, let's add something more. We can add some lists. So it's like to-do lists, to do 1, to do 2. So of course we should have some lists in our text. It looks better when we have a list in our blocks. And every time we work with the text, we could switch between lists and ordered list. We could add indent here or remove it. We could make it bold, italic. We could add link here too. Just type here some URL and press OK. And if you want to open it in UType, just enable this switch button. And here we have another options. So if we want to add some snippet code, we could use inline code and many more. Just try it by your own. And of course we could move it up or down like we did with image picture. And we could change it to paragraph, quote, for example, or peel quote. Very interesting. What else do we have here? So headings, of course, if we have a long post, we should have some headings here too. We can add video, buttons, and many more, so just try it by yourself, but I should tell you about this design more button. So what is it? Let's try to publish it. And let's go back to our website. On our homepage, now we have our new posts, our whole new post. So if I add more paragraphs here, I will see all the text from my post. But sometimes I just need my first paragraph here, and the rest of my post I want to read on its own page. To do so, I could use this more button. It allows us to make a break for the list of our posts on different pages. And now on our home page we have just our first paragraph here and the button continue reading, which lead us to the page of this specific post. And what is uncategorized? Let's see. We have settings button, and we can customize any block which is selected, of course. So we can add some info for our image or for our text block and other blocks too. But of course we have here settings for whole page, our whole post. And we have here categories, tags, feature image, and so on, but these three are very important. Let's start with the categories. So now we have only one category and it's uncategorized. And of course we can add new category. So what is a category? Let's try with bbc.com, and in this site we have different categories here. So it could be sports, travel, future, culture, and so on. So different categories, and every category has its own posts related to this particular category. So we can do it on our site. Let's add our first specific category. Let's call it sport, and maybe culture. And we should decide where our post should live. Maybe it's from sports category or from culture. So just check particular category and uncheck others. Normally blog sites or news websites have from 5 to 10 categories. So we've just started with 2 categories, with this first uncategorized. We can rename it later if we want. So what about tags? It's like hashtags in social media, but without hashtag itself. So we can add some info here. So categories is something huge. For example, like sports or travel, culture, and so on. But every specific news on this website has subcategory and maybe some text too. For example, Man United. It's like a hashtag. It could be hashtag for this player, for this coach, and so on. So if we want, we can use additional tags, and it helps us to filter our post with this particular tag. So again, it's like a hashtags on social media. And featured image. It's recommended to set an unique image for every post. It looks better for our homepage or other post pages. So let's try to edit. We can upload a new image here or choose something from our media library. Just choose it and click Set Featured Image button. Let's update our posts and update this page too. So now we have two similar images, so we could customize it later or just use different for cover and for image inside our posts. Let's go to the home page, and now our post has an image. In different WordPress theme, we could have posts like this. So posts with pictures are always better than without it, but it depends on specific theme which we use in WordPress. So again, we can add new posts, add a title, some text, images, quotes, lists, video if we want, some headings and so on. We can add a more button and add one or maybe two categories. Optional, we can add some tags and featured image. Every time we want change something in our post, we can find it on all posts page and click edit button, or from the page of this post we always have edit post button on our admin panel, or even edit button below post itself, but it depends on the theme. So let's try it, and we can add something new here or completely edit this particular post. Let's add something more. My second cool post. Some interesting text here. Again, let's add some image. And let's add more button here after our first paragraph. And let's go to the settings and add a category. Maybe it's from culture, or we can add a new category if we need it. But I just choose culture. Let's add a featured image and upload a new. Maybe this one. And hit publish. We can publish it immediately or set a schedule for it, so we can choose any date in any time we want and then hit publish again. After publishing, we can visit it or just copy link and share it with others. In our homepage, now we can see list of our posts. In the future, we can decide if we want the list of posts on our homepage or not, but by default it's just a list. Let's go back to dashboard and let's see our categories in the posts menu. Here we have our categories, and here we can edit it if we want. We can add here a description. We can add new categories, and if we want, we can edit our first uncategorized category, because we cannot delete it, but we can delete our others categories. But if we have something very popular, our main topic, our main category for our blog, we can just rename it. For example, politics. and Slack politics too. And all our posts by default will have this actual category. Not uncategorized, but in my case, politics. Same story with the tags if we use it. Every time we add a new tag, we can find it here. So from here, every tag we should add like this. So first tag, comma, next tag, comma, and so on. And if we save it, we can see our new tags here in our tag categories. We can edit it or delete if we want. So we just saw how to create posts with categories and tags in it, but what about pages? What's the difference between pages and posts? By default, we have 2 pages. After installation of WordPress, sample page is rubbish, let's delete it. But privacy policy, it's what we needed. Actually, we can edit and add here information about our website and then publish it. But again, what is the difference between pages or posts? Here we have some news. Every news it's like a post. It's not unique. Every news has a category, has maybe tags and so on. But here we can hear different pages, not posts. For example, these registration posts, or maybe it's a contact page. Maybe from here we can find it. Terms of use, why you can trust BBC, contact the BBC. So it could be about us page, it could be feedback page, and so on. It's something unique for your site. We will not create 10 or 12 contact pages. Of course not. So it's just one contact page, one about page, and so on. But when we want to add a new page, we will see the same interface we saw with the posts. The only difference that we don't have here categories or tags and some other settings for pages, but here we have image too, but for pages, for most cases, we don't need set featured image. We can add any pictures here in the body of our page. And sometimes we want to allow comments on our pages. By default, we don't need it. But in our posts like this, of course, we should allow comments and maybe pingbacks and trackbacks. What is it? Let's see, let's update this page and no, let's visit it. We have permalink and to view our post, let's click here. So this is our first post and we can navigate between the posts with these buttons here to the next and to the previous one. So if we want many posts, we can navigate between them here. So we can switch it off if we want. Again, for pages, we don't have these settings, but we don't need it. But for blogs, we have here the same story as we saw in the posts, and we didn't see patterns tab yet, but we have here some interesting for pages. It's not very useful for posts, I suppose, but for pages sometimes we need a couple buttons in one line. It could look different. Sometimes we need some columns with a heading for it and so on. It's not much here, but it looks very interesting. We don't need to try to customize it by ourselves. We can just add column here, edit heading, and edit text in every column, left and right. But don't forget, add the title for your page. Let's publish it. And by default, our page will be shown on the menu, but we can customize it, and I will show it in the next video. And every time we want to edit this page, again, like in the post, we can start edit from this button on the top or edit button here on the bottom below our page. So this is it. We saw how to create pages, how to create posts, categories, and even tags. So just try it by yourself. Create at least 10 posts for your website and create contact page, about page, and a couple more, and you will be profi. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you want to know more about web development and WordPress development, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!